The burpee is a popular exercise, but it's quite complex and there's a few ways that you can get it wrong that may lead to injury if you do it under enough fatigue or if you do it for lots of reps. So we're going to go through those potential problems and how to solve them. Starting with the drop, this is the part where you lower yourself to the ground. And in this example, you can see on the left, I land with my trunk braced, so I don't let my back drop towards the floor. I treat it just as if it were a plank or a push-up, and that's how you should approach it, rather than letting your hips drop. On the next section, this is the return, when you bring your feet back under your body to stand up. And you can see I've got one version where I really fold into my back so that I can get my feet under my body, and the other one where it's much more like a kind of deadlift position where my hips are a bit higher. This stretch that I'm doing here can help with that because it can improve your hip mobility, but really it's a matter of trying to drive your heels into the floor, trying to keep your back flat, even if that means you're not completely upright, and jumping up in a real strong position. Speaking of the jump, it's another area of the burpee where people can make shortcuts. So you'll see on this demonstration, I'm not really lifting my chest, I'm not really trying to jump very high. This is very common on timed challenges. So what we're going to do is we're going to add this step in there so that you have to become upright in order to get onto the step. And you can actually see in this next example what happens if I don't work on becoming upright. If I just rush the step, I almost fall off the other end of it. So you're trying to make sure you get upright each time. Make sure you've got something safe and stable for this that's not going to slip on your floor. If you don't have a step, you could just use a mat. You just need a target that you have to step towards so that you don't make any shortcuts with the jump. That's everything from me, guys, so try to keep this advice in mind when you next do your burpees.